When I was 5, my dad was the police chief of Algona, Iowa. He was, and still is, a law and order guy. Everything by the book. So that year, when the county fair was going on, and the fire chief called him and told him that cars were parked illegally in the fire lane, it wasn't a close call for my dad. He knew what to do. Trouble was, the owners of those cars were the mayor and a few council members who believed that their titles allowed them to park wherever they wanted. My dad warned that they were compromising the safety of other fairgoers and that they must move. They just laughed at my dad and kept their cars there. And my dad stuck to his guns. And at the next city council meeting, he was summoned by the mayor and told he was to fix the tickets or be fired. My dad believed no one was above the law and held firm. He lost his job, and we packed up our little family and moved west. It was my first lesson in politics, abuse of power, and executive arrogance. And watching these proceedings and watching my colleagues across the aisle ignore and deny facts and blind defense of the President of the United States, I'm certain that had they been in Algona, they too would have supported that lawless mayor. Their behavior has been a reminder that too often in politics, there's more of an emphasis of keeping your job rather than doing the right thing. But governance is about courage. Think about the courage displayed by the witnesses who came forward in this investigation. People like Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch, and Dr. Fiona Hill. They knew the price they would pay for their truthful testimony. They knew that they would be smeared by supporters of the president, and sadly, even by the president himself. They knew their careers could be impacted, perhaps forever. But they told the truth anyway, and they held fast to their oaths to the Constitution. If they can show that type of courage and risk everything, why can't my Republican colleagues? The facts here are not in dispute. Donald Trump abused his power by putting his pure personal gain over our country. Here are the facts. Donald Trump directed Rudy Giuliani to smear his political rival. Donald Trump fired an anti-corruption ambassador who stood in his way. Donald Trump withheld $391 million in aid that was essential to Ukraine. And Donald Trump withheld a White House meeting unless Ukraine's president would do him a favor. In this scheme, Donald Trump was not an incidental player. He was the central player. And anything we don't know about what Donald Trump did is because Donald Trump continues to this moment to block us from knowing. Donald Trump used his office to abuse his power to re-elect himself. Those are your taxpayer dollars. Those are your votes. And that's our national security. This is no longer about what the president did. We know what he did. He admitted it. This is about what will we do. And my colleagues are laying a bet that the hardworking people in Dublin, California, and Hayward, California, in my district, or a mom in Michigan, or a farmer in Wisconsin, aren't following this and don't care, despite how unquestionable the facts are in support of impeachment. But I have faith in the American people, and I know that they know right from wrong, just as my father did. And I know that regardless of the title a person holds, no one can abuse their power. Imagine you're a kid with a paper route. It's the first job that so many Americans have held. And the owner of the local paper tells you you're due for a raise, and I'm going to give you that raise. But first, I need you to remove our competitor's paper from every house on your route. A 10-year-old should know right from wrong. But our children will only know right from wrong if we lead by example. Wrong is wrong, from your workplace to the White House. There's no time to spare here, no time to waste. This is a constitutional crime spree, That's why courage is so badly needed right here, right now. Our national security and democracy are depending on it.